Candy,
He
what
beat
happened?
me.
I thought you
He
and
beat
Craig were
me.
supposed to be.
I was looking
He
at my
beat you.
phone.
Ah, god damn it, Candy.
Now
Okay.
recording.
Now recording. All right. So you've heard the voice. She has been absent the last couple of pods, but we are glad to have her back. The first lady of the You, Me, Him, and Her pod.
The only lady.
Candy, the
The
only
only
lady.
lady. Let's get it right. The only lady. I am back. I was super busy last week. Super busy this week as well, but I was like, I can't just keep missing. So I'm here on a new mic so I can be all up in y'all ear. Be ready.
Let's look at that, man. Won't he
Oh
do
yeah.
it?
I also just do want to say on air, thank you to you guys for buying me. It was Goldie and the guys of the pod for putting together some money to buy me a new microphone. Not that I needed it, guys, but they were just so nice to do it, and I really, really appreciate it. Now I'm gonna sound the best.
It's
I
about
think it's dope.
it's
I think
about
it's dope
love language.
when somebody who is always used to giving is finally
Mhm.
on the receiving end, and
It's
it's
so
Right.
it's
cool.
weird. Yeah, it's weird to hear their reaction. So I mean, we your charity has been well documented around the site,
Mm-hmm.
and how you just like to give stuff away, and sometimes out your own pocket even. You know what I'm saying? So it was just something we wanted to do, just as
Hey,
appreciation for you.
most times out of my own pocket. Most times.
Most times,
It's
most
never.
times.
I need people to understand. They be like, "Oh, this product." No, no, no. It be my money, and I ain't rich out here. But I just when I get like a feeling to give, I don't question it. I just do it because I know a blessing is not gonna come too far after that. So I mean, it's going to come not too far after that. So when I get that urge to give, I do it. Whether it be on ABW, it can be. I do it a lot of times in real. I do it more in my real life than I do online, and I just get my blessings. I'm never gonna block my blessings. I like
And I
immediately
noticed
get a
that.
blessing.
I noticed that about you,
Never.
Candy. I noticed that you're a giver. Is to go, I throw back to one of our older parts when I was talking about knowing people's love language. When I saw that you were a giver, I was like, yo, Candy's a natural giver. She likes to give.
Absolutely.
Maybe she also likes to receive gifts. So
I don't.
so I was like, you know what? I took a gamble. I got everybody together. Cause you were talking about this mic before, and I was like, yo, before she has the opportunity to give for herself, yo, let's do it for her. And everybody was like,
Yeah,
yeah.
y'all caught me on
We were
time.
like,
Y'all
yeah.
really,
We were
really
like,
did.
damn. We were all like, yeah. We like put our hands in together like the Bull Bundy and shit. And we got you that, yo. That was
Y'all
all
really
y'all,
did.
yo.
Because the funny thing is, I was actually in the motions. It was in my cart. But I was
See,
thinking to myself, with all this that I got going on, I was like, right now, I'm just gonna leave that right there because that's not like a high priority. And
but
I kid
AP,
you not, the next day I get a message, "Oh, what kind of mic you want?" And I was like, "Wait a minute, somebody about to buy it for me." But then I was thinking, "Oh, now he probably want to know what kind of mic I'm gonna get." So when he do his podcast, he might want to use the same mic or let me know like the perks and the specs because that's what y'all do when it comes to technology. So I was just I wasn't thinking nothing of it after that. And then bam, he let me know, and I was like, "What?" So yeah, it's a good feeling. I'm not used to receiving, but it is a good feeling.
yo, AP, that
What?
might be a good segue into the first topic, yo. I
Well,
use the
wait, right,
shot.
real quick. I mean, we just
Use the
started
timing.
talking. Yeah, we just started talking. So y'all have heard everybody's voices is going to be on this episode today. It's your host AP, the lovely Candy, Do Soldier. Our brother
Mm-hmm.
Shy is away taking care of some business. We wish you safe travels, and whenever you come back to the pod, brother. So take care of that business. All right, first topic. So this is interesting. I've never been one of these types of people who have believed in, I guess, spirits and haunting. This ghosts topic, dude. Was
Mm-hmm.
this yours?
Well, I saw an interesting conversation going on the forum. I kind of wanted to chime in with my own story, but I'll be in the tag for that. So I said maybe we could talk about this later. It's definitely real. I think it's definitely real. I think I did a very very in detail report when I was in seventh grade on ghosts, the afterlife, near death experiences, all that shit, like creepy, unexplained. I used to always watch Unsolved Mysteries and X Files. I was always into that shit, literature about ghosts. So I definitely believe that there's an other side there. I definitely believe some people are more tuned into it than others, and I think that reception gives them a different perspective. I definitely believe I'm not as tuned in as other people, but I'm definitely aware of it. So of my experiences. I
I
got
would
more
think
experiences, but go ahead, Candy. Yeah.
I would think AP was into that because I figure the people from Louisiana, like New Orleans, are like y'all into voodoo and stuff. So I was like, I know y'all
Yeah.
believe in spirits and stuff. That's what I would think
I,
you would be on our side.
Yeah.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've always kind of scoffed at the people who go on those ghost tours and all that stuff. This is my thing. I do somewhere deep down inside, a small percentage of me definitely believes in afterlife. I believe in spirits. I believe in souls. I definitely believe in the soul. I believe that there are maybe opportunities or situations where a soul may have unfinished business and may be in that that weird space where they have not crossed over to whatever their final destination
Mm-hmm.
is. My thing is, I guess it's like if you consider the fact that if you entertain the fact that there are good souls, you have to also entertain the fact that there are bad souls, right? So it's like, what happens when these souls appear? Is it something like I don't know, man, the blinds just kind of moving on their own? I don't know. So it's like when you start thinking about it, you going down the rabbit hole of the supernatural and paranormal. I started wondering, like, how would this work, and does it have to happen at a certain age? Like, if all this time, like my grandmother, who was near and dear to me, she died in '96, right? So if all this time she hadn't tried to make contact with me, does that mean like that window is closed? Like, or is it waiting for another moment, or just is nothing going to happen? Like, I don't know. So that's why I never really subscribed to any of the like the voodoo stuff and all that happens here.
Well, do tell because I already kind of told mine, so I don't know if any of the listeners read the story, and I can tell the story a little bit more quicker. But you go ahead and tell, like, what have you experienced from, I guess, spirits, ghosts? Because you did say something about your house is haunted.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, my grandfather bought this house in the '60s. A lot of people live in this house. Few people died in this house. I am 100% positive that my grandparents both did. Well, my grandfather definitely, but my grandfather's second wife, so my step grandmother, I believe her
Mm-hmm.
spirit's here too. And my wife, I think she's more of a perceptive medium than I am because I feel like everything that's weird that happens in this house, it always happens to her. It's always her. She's the one that always has the accident. She's the one that things always happen to. She's the one things always fall on. She's the one that always gets locked in rooms for no reason. Like, she's the one that gets the sleep paralysis. It's always something happening to her. And I'm pretty sure that my grandfather's spirit is protecting her, and my step grandmother's spirit is trying to get her. Because she ain't like light skinned people. She ain't like my mother either. My mother real mean, so like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think her spirit mess with her, but my wife is much more, not as mean, so she messes with her.
So has there ever been like a moment where I'll tell this quick story. I was
Mm-hmm.
at the one time I went to Blue Bayou. I was in the wave pool. Ugh, I know, right? So I was in the wave pool and I'm swimming and I'm chilling and like literally nobody is around me. So I'm just kind of suspended, kind of I guess walking on my hands with my feet floating or whatever. And I just felt like my homeboy was like just came and like pushed me or whatever, and I was like, "Yo, chill out." And I look behind me and like nobody is around me. But then my dumb ass
Yeah.
is like, "Nigga, you in a wave pool. Like the wave is what pushed you, not like a
Mm-hmm.
ghost or something like that." So it's just kind of stuff like that. So I do want to ask you though. All right, so do you think why do you think your grandfather would still be here after all these years to protect, I guess, the house? If I understood what you were saying.
Um, why do I think he's doing it? I think he just likes to linger around. I don't think the crossing over to the other side is as final as we think it is. I think spirits can go back and forth, and the thing I really truly believe the other side is hectic. I think there's a lot going on. I think there's a lot of energy. I think there's a lot, and they're grounded to certain things on this side. And when people are receptive to being able to see them, that attracts them. So people who consider themselves mediums, they maybe not be able to communicate like you and me talk, but something about them, the other side can see them, so they know that they can see them, so it attracts them and interests them. But as far as like if you don't have it, you don't have it. They just ignore you because you're ignoring them. You know what I mean? I feel it's like that. You know, and I've seen evidence of that. I've seen different certain people or certain things that have certain energies attracts the kind of phenomenon. Whatever. That's why you have haunted houses or haunted hospitals or haunted asylums, or some people say, oh, you always hear about someone having a certain object that they feel is connected to someone from the other side. Certain things carry certain energies that's attracted to the other side. So I don't think crossing over is final. I think my grandfather's attract maybe is his house. I don't know. My step grandmother, I think she was evil. So I have no idea what her situation was. I truly believe that woman was evil. You know what I'm saying? So
well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and I want Candy to chime in. So, do you think that it's possibly your subconscious that is, I guess, projecting that his presence is near you?
If it wasn't for the fact that my wife described him before without ever seeing a picture, and he doesn't look like my mother's like, he doesn't resemble her. I don't resemble him at all. You know what I'm saying? And it's like she was describing things about him, and we don't even have pictures of him up here like that. You know what I mean? Like a couple in the corner here and there, but she was describing pictures that were like buried away. And it wasn't like she was describing the picture; she was describing him in his natural state. There's a lot of things that my son does. My son carries his middle name. Well, my son's middle name is my grandfather's first name, and ever since my son was born, she's mentioned things that, just weren't characteristic of anything other than my grandfather. It's kind of like, it was just funny. One time she called him Pig, and it was like, we've never, ever, there's no reason for her to ever even say Pig. It was one of his nicknames, one of his old country nicknames. And then you could say, oh, it was a dude. There was no reason for her to call him Pig. No one's ever, we don't even be around my family like that. She wouldn't even heard that name in passing. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it just, stuff like that, you know what I mean? It just kind of, you can ignore it if you want to, but you know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to. So it could be subconscious, but I'd rather just not ignore something that I feel was like, pretty much in my face.
What about you, Ken?
I don't think it's subconscious because I dealt with it as a kid. I was a kid when this was happening, when I experienced it. And it was crazy because, like, as a kid, I was scared of them scary movies and ghosts and all that. Never believed in it. And I didn't realize until I was older that I was dealing with a spirit or a ghost or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know why. At that point, I was like, why is it just me? Why is it messing with me? But later on in life, I learned as an adult that it wasn't just me. It was actually, she was messing with everybody in the house. Well, I'm gonna just say, I know she was messing with my dad. I don't know if my stepmom and her sons had to deal with it, but the story is when my stepmom and my dad were together for a long, long time, and they ended up moving into a house which was owned by her great grandmother who died in the house. And when I first got there, I remember when they first moved in, it was empty, and they was like, "Oh, we're moving in next week." And one of the little boys, we had to be 8, 9, or 10. He was like, "Oh, this house haunted." And of course, that's what little boys do. They always joking. So I was just like, "Oh, no, it ain't," and didn't think nothing of it. And so they lived there. She still lives there to this day. They've been there for like years, and then I noticed just little stuff that just didn't make sense to me. One of the first thing I ever experienced, they used to have house parties all the time. And this guy, I think was her brother. I want to say it was her brother. Whoever the guy was, he was a family member. He would always stay after and go. He'll be asleep on the couch. So as I was asleep, when I get ready to fall asleep, it's always when I'm either about to fall asleep or close to when it's time for me to wake up. And I'm always waking up by it. So as I'm falling asleep, I start hearing my name. And I'm like, huh? Like, it's from a lady, but I'm there. I'm like, there's no lady in the house but her, and that's not her voice. So I'm like, huh? So I get up, and I go look in the living room, and the guy is in there. He's asleep, knocked out, snoring. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe nobody called my name. So then I fall asleep. And what wakes me up is I keep hearing my name over and over. Like, it's kind of like calling my name like, I know you hear me. But at the same rate that my name was being called, when I finally came to and realized my name was being called, I would hear him snoring at that same rate. So, for instance, he's snoring. He snores and then he stops. He snores and then he stops. But when I'm being waking up, I'm hearing Candy. So then when I wake up, I'm thinking, okay, so was I hearing him snore or was somebody really calling my name? So I shook it off and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want to look crazy. And I don't want to really believe that this is really happening to you. So then it happens again. Later on, I come over because it didn't happen every time I went over there. Then I go over there again. This time I'm being waken up to my name. But when I wake up, it's a bird outside chirping at the same rate that my name was being called. So I'm like, no, this can't, what is this? I don't know what this is. And I'm scared to tell somebody because I don't want them to be like, all right, we might have to check you into a hospital because something wrong with you. So, time goes on, and I'm sitting in the house and they had left. Now I'm scared. They had left to went up the street to go get some food. And he was like, oh, we'll be right back. The light flicks on. So I call my stepbrother name because I'm like, well, maybe they left him behind. And nobody answers. So I get up and I go look at the light switch. I bullshit you not. The light switch was down on off. But the light was on. And I was like, oh no. So, I go stand outside. I was just like, oh, I'll be outside. When they come back, they can ask me why I'm outside. I'm going to make up some lie because I probably was going to get a whooping for being outside when they're not at home. But at this point, I'm not going to sit up in this house. So that was one. That was another instance. It's just I got two more instances. One time I went to the restroom. Now, like when I would go in the restroom, I used to be scared to close the door because the first time I went in there, I took me a shower, and it's an old house. I took me a shower, got out, got dressed, and I'm going to open the door. The door is locked, like jammed, but I'm twisting the handle. It's no upper lock. It's nothing. Like, it's not locked. I'm twisting and I'm pulling. And I'm like, something is wrong with this door. I'm thinking, okay, maybe the house shifted or something. And I'm pulling hard. And when I scream, I'm like, Daddy, like screaming, like at the top of my lungs. Why the door, when I turned it for the last time, it opened like nothing. Like it was nothing. And I was just like, oh no. So that at that moment, that's when I told my dad, I said, I don't want to sleep here no more. I don't want to. And he never knew why. And my daddy is like, I had my daddy wrapped around my little pinky. If I said I wanted to go home, he'll take me home. So I was just like, Daddy, I want to go to grandma's house. Like, I don't mind being over here during the daytime, but when I get tired, I want to go to my grandma's house. I want to sleep there. I don't want to sleep in his house no more. To me, I feel like he never knew why until I got older. He said he kind of had a feeling why, but I would never, from that moment on, I would never, ever, ever sleep in their house because I couldn't take it anymore. And it turned into when I would take a shower, wind, like you would think a windstorm hit the shower curtain and it would hit me, but the window was closed. It'll knock the same little toothbrush off the thing all the time, and then the wind will smack me with the curtain. The curtain would smack me because the wind blew it, and then I'll look out and the window was closed, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, what did I do?
In that house, yeah. It was something in that house, yeah.
What did I do? And then the last instance that I remember was, and I think I put this one in the chat, was I was asleep. I made a pallet. I used to sleep in my daddy room because it was kind of like after that I was kind of scared. So I slept in my daddy's room, but this time it was during the day. Took a nap, made me a pallet on the floor. Now this is back in the day when you had to have that one long phone cord that walk through the house with, and you hold on to that cord. So the cord was in my dad's room, and my stepbrother was pulling it because he was on the phone. And as he was pulling it, I heard him say, "Who's on the cord?" Now, this is a flat cord. So if you land on something that's flat, you may not even feel it move because it's flat.
Right.
Something felt like it reached up under me and grabbed onto the side of me and just like scratched down my back as he was pulling the cord. And I was like, oh no. I can't be here no more. Like, I refuse to come in this house. I just did not want to go in that house anymore. And the crazy part is I was so happy that I got old, and I was just like, and then they end up getting a divorce, and I was just like, oh, thank God, because I don't ever want to go back into the house. Like, I love my daddy to death. I used to always be like, I want to go to my daddy's house, but I would never sleep there. And to this day, she still lives there. And so I want to say a few years ago, maybe when I was in my 20s, not that I'm far from my 20s, but I know in my 20s, he called me and we was on the phone, and he was like, can you tell me why you never wanted to spend a night at the house anymore? Like at first you would do it, but then all of a sudden you just was always adamant to go to your grandma's house. And I said, Daddy, I don't want to sound crazy, but that house was haunted. Like somebody was after me in the house. And he was like, I really didn't want you to say that. And I said, why not? He said, because I knew something was wrong with that house. And I had a feeling that's probably what it was. But I didn't think that the person, whoever it was, would be messing with you. Because there is really no reason. Like, I don't know who that woman is. I never met that lady in my life. So he was just like, oh, I didn't want you, I didn't want that to be the reason why. But he said he had an inkling, and he told me, he was like, that's why when you start coming over, that light just stayed on. They didn't even bother turning it off because they knew it was just going to come back on regardless. Faulty wiring my ass. Somebody was in that house. And so ever since then, I have always believed it. I've never seen this person, but I felt their presence. Like I used to be so scared to take a bath. I was like, man, okay, I'm going in and take a real quick bath. So by the time, I get done, she ain't even gonna be able to blow the wind at me. Like I used to be so scared. Oh my God, it was the craziest thing. And so, as you get older, people start talking about stuff, and I would still be lying like, oh no, I don't believe in that, knowing damn well I done had my experiences with it. And I've had only positive experience I've had is when my grandmother passed away. My grandma's dream for me was to graduate high school. The night before graduation, she had died when I was in ninth grade. She died. And it was really, really sad to me because I'm living this dream for her. I was like, I'm going to graduate because my grandma wanted me to graduate. I was going to do it anyway. But the night before I graduated, I felt her touch my foot. And that's what she used to do when I used to sleep in her room. Before she went to bed, she'll come around to the side of the bed that I slept on, tap my foot and like around my ankle. And then she'll be like, good night. And then go to her side of the bed and go to sleep. And I felt that the night before I went to my graduation. And that's what really, really made me feel like, oh, okay. Like I literally felt her sit on the edge of my bed. Like my bed went down as if somebody was sitting there. And I felt that tap on my ankle. It was just too familiar. And I was like, I done made my grandma happy. And that was like the best experience for me. But that other stuff, that was too scary for me. Sorry, I'm rambling. But that was like a real experience for me. And I was like, is this really, really happening to me? Or is it all in my mind? Because for a long time, I did think it was in my mind. But I was like, it's too crazy for it to be in my mind. Because I really wasn't one of those people who really, really believed in ghosts to even believe that would happen to me. But I definitely went through it.
It'd be like the movie Sixth Sense, yo. It'd be just like that, yo. That movie had right, yo. Like, when they can fuck with you, yo, they fuck with you. If you ignore them, though, don't pay attention to them, keep it moving most of the time.
Maybe that's what I should have did, because I was really trying to figure it out. Like, what did I do?
But once you start, like, giving them attention, yo, it's like the Sixth Sense, yo. They keep fucking with you. Because
this was definitely I didn't know where this conversation was going. This was definitely something you're afraid of the dark Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So let's move it along. Move it along. Nah, I mean, y'all
shit over there. Yo.
Listen, I'm checking behind me and shit.
You turn the lights on, like lights on.
The lights always on. The lights always on.
Closet door closed. Do not get me tonight.
Man, shut up! Shut the hell up, dude. Cooking. What is this? Whose topic is this? What are we doing?
I think Dude brought that up, but I think we should talk about cooking. Well, he said specifically cooking for your significant other.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so take us through it, dude.
Well, no, that's my shit. I cook, you know what I mean? I like to cook, you know what I'm saying? But I know Candy classically always says she can't cook, you know what I'm saying? So
I can cook. I can.
But and you were also asking, you know what I mean? Another question. So my whole thing is like, yo, have you ever put a meal together for a dude before?
Absolutely. Let me explain before we get any deeper. Go I can absolutely cook. I'm one of those people who are really good at anything that they do. Because I really if I really want to learn it, I'm gonna learn it. And I'm going to do really good at it. So I can cook. That's never been the thing. I have burned water, set a pot on fire. I've had my mistakes, but I truly, truly can cook. But I don't get the happiness that people get when they cook like these grand meals and when I'm cooking mashed potatoes, green beans, collard greens, and turkey and steak. And I don't get that excitement that a lot of people get when they go into the kitchen. I think it's that excitement they get from seeing something from scratch and then their finished product. That's just, I don't get that from cooking. I get that from if I have to build something. Like if you want me to build a deck, I got you. I can build a deck before you get me in that kitchen. but I have absolutely cooked. When I was in a relationship, I cooked for my man all the time.
Oh,
I hated it,
okay.
hated every minute of it. But I did it because he, I'm in the I probably was in the kitchen cussing him out. Like, I really don't want to be cooking this rice, but I'm gonna do it because you want me to. I have no problem with cooking. I'm gonna be in there hating it the whole time.
AP.
I think for me, and I've touched on this topic a little bit over the years, but I think for me, cooking just came out of a necessity. Like when I moved out after high school to go to college, and I had spent the first couple of years in the dorms, and then I was trying to be big shit, so I moved out and got a roommate or whatever. And it was like if I'm gonna either keep eating ramen noodles and get fat and have all kind of health problems or whatever, or learn to cook. So it just started out real basic for me. I just would call my mom, and ask her about the dishes that I liked that she made, and it was like, Mama, I'm trying to cook red beans. Like, how do you do it? How do you cook your red beans? And my mom would just sit there on the phone with me and walk me through everything. She'd send me a list, and I go to the store, whatever. And then by the time I made it back home, she would just sit on the phone with me until I got everything straight. And then she would just kind of tell me the steps once I got everything boiling. And then that first time when you cook it and it's edible, you're like, okay, cool. I can go ahead and do it again. So by the third or fourth time that I had made it, I was just eyeballing everything. Like I wasn't really measuring anything or whatever. And it became one of my favorite meals to cook. So to tie that in with the conversation, I never cooked to like impress a female. I cooked because we both have to eat. So and then like as I got into more serious relationships, it was me. I felt like that was me doing my part because I'm not one of these guys who subscribe to more like I guess traditional gender roles. Like women have to cook, men do this. That like there's just certain things I will do as a man, but that's just my comfort level with doing it. But as far as like cooking, rearing children, changing diapers, and all that kind of stuff, I think that should be a shared responsibility because there are going to be times when she's had a long day at work and she just wants to come to the house, take her bath and lay down. And not that she doesn't want to deal with the kids, but it's just like I need to run interference and say, let mommy lay down. She chilling, you know what I'm saying? Or if I know she's got a bunch of stuff coming up, I'm gonna go ahead and cook and have it waiting on her for when she gets to the house. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't. If a dude has a problem with it, like to me that on multiple levels that's like mad flavor. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we're in a period now where everything we're trying to get more balance, and like I said, you can't go too far left, you can't go too far right. You got to find that sweet spot. So I think as a man, if you don't know how to cook, it's not too late, man. With YouTube, anything is possible. I've made so many dishes. My daughter using YouTube. Hell, I made dishes for myself. Like my first time trying salmon was like maybe 5-6 years ago, and it was because I got a recipe off of YouTube, watched it, and I did exactly what they did, and then after the fourth time I made it, now I added my own little twist to it. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse for dudes to not hold their weight and cook for their ladies, man. So if you one of them dudes, you listen to this, and you're not cooking for your lady because you on some she gonna cook for me or whatever, man, unsubscribe, man. Don't listen no more.
That wasn't even where I was going with it, to be honest with you. Like, and to me, I guess growing up, when you go over like we eat dinner at home, or when you go over that one cousin house who can't cook, or the aunt house who can't cook, compared to the people house who can cook, always, it sounds weird, but inside me innately, I always consider like level of care with how good dinner was, you know what I mean, or how good the meals were. Like, if I'm eating like hot dogs and potato chips, you know what I'm saying, like it's for dinner time, that's like, the care level is real low. But if it's like, a straight up string beans and mashed potatoes, you know what I'm saying, some chicken cooked, everything is like made very on a plate with a fork and dinner's made. I equate that with love and care, So for me personally, whenever I was dating somebody or with somebody, and now transform to my family, you know what I mean, I bring that you know what I'm saying, to the relationship. I always make sure, you know, and I go through my stretch where I don't feel like cooking, you know what I mean? I do that. But routinely, like normally, I be in the kitchen, you know, making that full dinner, like, you know, to bring to the table, like all courses of the dinner, the family sit together. And it's like not no bullshit, like a real quality dinner because I equate that, you know what I'm saying, with like, you know, the quality of, you know, care for the family. So when I'm cooking for significant other, like, yo, yeah, from the jump always, you know what I'm saying, if I really fuck with you, I'm gonna make you a banging ass meal so you know what home feel like. Right off the
If I
jump.
really, if
I
I
guess
really
it's
mess with a dude, I'm gonna get my money together. And I'm gonna take you out to eat because I hate cooking. And it like you, I see you say you measure it like with care. I can make you some hot dogs and some chips, and I hate hot dogs. But if you like them, I'll make them for you because you say you like them. And I mean that doesn't mean I don't care for you. I think it's just how I was raised. That's just my mama was a very busy woman. She was in our lives. Don't get me wrong. My mama was always there, but she was a very busy woman. She worked very, very hard her whole life, and that's why she is what she is now. And our meals would be something real quick, and that's what we got used to. Now, can she cook? Absolutely. My mama can throw down, but she didn't have the time, you know, when we were younger to do that because she was coming home from work and then she got to take care of 3 kids, make sure the 3 kids straight. And let me make y'all something real quick because it's almost time for y'all to go to bed anyway. And so I
right.
think being raised like that is a part of the reason why I don't like cooking unless I like it quick because I've always had it quick. And when I started dating my son's dad, on the other hand, he had a dad that cooked and he had a mom that cooked. I'm talking about full blown meals even for snack, he was getting a full blown meal. So, you know, we get together and he looking at me like, this all you gonna put on the plate? And I'm like, well, what else do you want on the plate? I got some beans and some weenies. What do you mean? I mean,
Beans and
so
weenies.
Right. It's like
that's what
I
I'm saying. Like,
said,
he got some spaghetti and he was like, where the bread, where the this, where the that. And I'm like, man, you better eat that. But I love them to death. I just don't like cooking.
like I said, I just feel like I want you to know what every day gonna taste like. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I look at it. Like what's the future gonna taste like? Home cooked meals. Boom, here they are.
I would say that now. I'm gonna tell you when I used to tell people, you know, I don't like cooking. I used to get looks like, "Oh, girl, you'll never have a man." I'm like, I was in a whole relationship and I didn't cook. So what are you talking about? But I'm gonna say now that I'm older, when me saying it, I see a lot of men cook now. A lot of men cook, and they have no problem.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys that I have talked to, will say, "Oh, you don't cook? That's fine. I cook." I'm like, "All right, then I'll go cut the grass." I'd rather cut the grass than cook. That's how real it is for me. I do not like cooking. I don't get the joy. I don't like being hot. When I'm hungry, I want to eat right now. I don't want to wait till you boil the water and then put this in. But I can't lie. When you eat a good meal, it's a good feeling.
Right.
But I ain't got time for that feeling.
I like providing that feeling, you know. I like, you know what I mean? I love watching my kids eat themselves into semi-comas. I like my wife just sit there like, is there any more left? Like, yeah, there's more shit in the kitchen. Let me go get that shit for you. Want some more, don't you? That shit make me
I
feel
need a man like that because it ain't happening.
That shit make me feel so good when they want some more. Like, yo, any more chicken left? I'd be like, hell yeah, some more chicken. Nigga, the fuck you talking about? It's a whole pie of that shit. I'd be right back. They be happy as shit. I bring that second chicken in. I love that shit. That's the best feeling in the world, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so if I ever get if I get a significant other, I mean, would I cook for him? Absolutely. Will it be an everyday thing? No, it's not. I'm not even going to say probably. It's not. I'm not cooking for you every day. If you want to come home and cook, guess what? I'll do something that they say the man's supposed to do. I'll go out there and weed the lawn or something. I ain't against doing other things, but I just do not get the cooking since the happiness that come from it. I just don't get it.
No, don't get it twisted. I'm not sitting here saying, you know, I have a cookbook of stuff that I can just readily, you know, access whenever I'm getting ready to cook. But again, I understand like it's a necessary thing. Like we have to eat, and somebody has to do it. Now, to your point, Candy, that's the other side of it. If you're not going to cook, then you still have to eat. So you got to get the food from somewhere. And if you're one of those people who don't mind eating out all the time, that might just be what works for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And there's to me no right or wrong answer. The I guess where you find the problems is when you have the person who's a spender versus the person who's a saver. And the person who saves would rather cook the meal and make it an experience and you have the spender who's just like, you know what, I ain't got the time. We still eating, so it really shouldn't matter. And then you get into a whole different other type of conversation. But I don't think it's necessarily a wrong way to approach it. But again, fellas, if you have an opportunity to cook for your lady, to cook for your family, because I know some brothers out there that can throw down with the barbecue. You know what I mean? So, even
People
even
don't
with
want to eat
those
barbecue
situations.
every day.
No,
Cheese.
well, no. But I'm saying you don't have to. See, that's the beauty of it. It doesn't necessarily have to be barbecue chicken or steak. It could just be a meal prepared on a grill to get that grill taste. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's. I know a few cats that will grill like every other weekend, and again, it's
Mm-hmm.
not because it's an occasion or something coming up, but it's just like they like the taste of a
Food for
grill
the week.
X Y
Yeah, food for
Z.
the week. Yeah, make food for the
Right, you
week.
know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. That's also too like with meal prep. You grill some chicken breasts or whatever, and it's
Yep.
just to change up the
Do it
monotony that
all the
come with
time.
being
Yeah.
right. So instead of always eating oven baked chicken or fried chicken or whatever, throw it on the grill and just trick your taste buds every now and then. So it's again, it's a lot of different ways that you can go about it, and I just wish that guys start being more open minded about it because it can really unlock, in my opinion, another level in your relationship if that's something that you want to do for your lady or do for your family. Because to dude's point, when his kids get older, they're gonna remember chicken night or whatever whatever night
Yo,
they're gonna. And his son is probably gonna be like, "Yo, my dad, he was one that cooked X, Y, Z. He's gonna want to cook for his family." So, um,
and
it's
dog, we all know
yeah,
for a fact that many a chicks done got many a dudes by making banging ass plates, yo. We
Not
know that
me.
shit. Maybe not you, Candy, but there's a lot of
Dang.
chicks that pull dudes strictly off the strength of them making a banging ass. That's how old church ladies flirt. They make a banging ass plate, yeah.
That's probably gonna reel my son's girlfriend in. Cause my baby like Taco Bell. I'm telling you, we Taco Bell
um,
champions over here. So if a girl
dude,
cook him a meal, oh, he gonna be in heaven. That's gonna be his wife. Like the first girl to ever cook, he might marry her.
dude.
if she can cook.
Well, yeah, do. I wanted to ask you before we get to the next subject. When you were cooking, like I guess in college or courting Mrs. Do or whatever, like what was your signature dish that you just knew once she got a taste of it, she was gonna be like, "Yo, can you make that again?" Or when the next time you gonna
Oh,
make that?
actually, my best has always been the breakfast omelets. Breakfast the morning, the next morning. That's why I show my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that first night you stay a night with me, and next morning, yo, you wake up, like it's like, oh, that's how, yo, that shit has been. That move is flawless victory every single time. You make a
My
banging
breakfast is
that,
better.
make a nah, fuck no. You make a banging ass breakfast right when they wake up, yo. You always win, yo. Yeah, omelets, the cinnamon buns, you know what I'm saying? Bacon, sausage, pancakes, French
Can't
toast,
beat
all
mine.
that. Yeah.
My
Killer.
breakfast
Okay,
is killer. Like I make the best breakfast.
So
It's
you,
probably the
you,
best thing I cook. That like
you
off the
know
top
that's
of my
good
dome,
though. That's good then. That's
breakfast.
good. Do a breakfast for dinner on your next
Man, we
on
used
your
to
next
breakfast for
date.
dinner every time I cooked, and he was like, "Can we do
Yeah.
something else?" Because
No, do that for your date.
he
You know
tired of
why?
these eggs.
He was like, yo, that
Mm-mm.
almond was begging this shit, kid. Next thing you know, yo, wedding bells.
Nah,
hey, mine was shrimp bow tie pasta. It was real easy to cook. And then when they would taste it, they would just be like, "Yo, did you really like make this? And you sure you didn't
yeah.
order it nowhere and have it, put on?" I was like, "Nah, I made it." Like they go all this stuff in the trash can or whatever. So that was like probably my most requested meal that I would make. Speaking of the men, this is a real like man heavy topic, I guess. Candy, you made a thread that was something along the lines of like, what's the equivalent of a man for a man? What's the equivalent of like him buying flowers for a woman? What would be like an equivalent gift for him? And you got some interesting responses, but you definitely come off like a dope gift giver for men. What is it about giving gifts to men that does it?
If you can't tell by now, and like we said earlier, I am a giver. Like everything in me, I just love to give because I don't know. It's just like I get a happy feeling when I see them receive it. And it's just like, oh man, like they didn't expect it, and I just get so happy when I see that. And another thing is, if you don't know by now, I'm highly interested in men. Like that's why I would never be gay. I'm highly interested in men and how they think. Just the little things, like from the veins in y'all hands. Like men are very interesting to me. It's just something. It's like y'all a code I'm trying to crack. If you can't tell, if a lot of my threads be like men, da 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 men. How y'all feel about this? Men, what y'all do? Like it's not because I just want to sit here and talk to dudes all day. It's literally because I'm really trying to figure out why y'all think the way y'all think, or like what y'all like and stuff like that. So when it comes to gift giving, it is hard to buy for a man because a lot of men, just like Dude said earlier, when it comes to birthdays, when it comes to anniversaries, Valentine's Day, I always hear, oh, it's just another day. It's not. If it's not just another day for me, then it's not just another day for you. So like I cannot be in a relationship with a guy who won't let me gift him. And it's not going to be head because that's something that I feel like as a girlfriend you're supposed to be doing anyway. Right. That should never have to be a surprise. It should be something you know that's going to come. So I feel like saying, oh, head is that's just the dumbest response to me. You already supposed to be getting that. And it sucks if you're not. If that got to be your surprise. I mean, why you can't get head and something that cost me some money at the store? Like you already supposed to be getting that. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't really been in that many relationships, but I've talked to a lot of people, and even with friends, it's just something about giving. And what I think the best thing to give to a dude is something that he may have mentioned he wanted, or something very similar to something that he may like. So for instance, a guy I ain't never dated in my life, never dated him, but he's a cool dude. He's a very cool dude. Went to school with him. On his Facebook, this happened a few years ago. On his Facebook, he linked this picture. It was I want to say it was Goofy in like a blue flannel. It was like he was a Crip on the shirt. Goofy was a Crip. And I know he a Crip, and I know he loved blue. Like that's his favorite color. And when I saw it, I was like, I don't even, not that I don't know him, but I don't really talk to him like that. He cool. Like we cool on Facebook. We went to school together, but we ain't never really just had no on the phone conversation. When I saw that, like immediately in my mind, I was like, that is so him. Like I know that's something he will wear. So I got with my friend and I was like, okay, I know y'all cool. So, hit him up and ask him what is his address. And she was like, for what? I said, I'm gonna buy him this shirt because I just can't pass up this chance to buy him this, something that I know he gonna get happiness from. So she was like, why are you buying it for him? And I was like, I really don't have no reason. I just really think he would like it. So I got the address and I ended up buying him the shirt. He goes on Facebook and he was like, hey, whoever sent me this, y'all so real right now. Y'all don't know how happy I am right now. Like he didn't even expect to get it. It was just something that he was saying that he wanted. And when I finally, he was like, man, whoever. So for a while I was just like, I'm not gonna say it was for me because I didn't want to look kind of crazy. Like, oh, how you get my address? But I eventually end up telling him, oh, it was me that bought it. He was like, what made you do that? And I said, it just fits you. It was just something that I knew that you would really, really like. So I bought him the shirt. And then surprisingly, I was in my bed one day just chilling. He texted me. He was like, can you come outside real quick? And he bought me a purple toaster. Oh, man, that made my life. I was just like, oh, this was to give somebody a random gift. Like, this is a good little feeling. And so because I like that feeling, I like to give that feeling to other people. But I think for men, it's just hard to buy for men because men are too quick to be like, oh, it's just another day. Oh, I don't really, really want nothing. But a lot of times I do be feeling like they do want something. But I think they so stuck in a way that it's just all right. They just kind of like, oh, it is what it is. Like Judah in there talking about socks, ties, and a t-shirt. Sir, that's some old women gifts. Like, old women give you stuff like that. You ain't got nothing better? Like, I don't get the whole not enjoying getting gifts and all that. I don't enjoy that.
I think for men, it's a weird conundrum because, at some point you do have like that. I'm not sure what to call it, but you have that feeling growing up, like with Christmas, your birthday, like you excited, you looking forward to this time, you're looking forward to getting a gift, right? And then as you get older and you start dating and you start really paying attention to how, I'm gonna just put it out there, like society has conditioned men to think everything is supposed to be about the female, so much so that you put all your energy into making sure she's good and making sure she gets surprises and all that, that you really kind of stop thinking about stuff for yourself. So then at that point, as you get older, your birthdays have, I'm not gonna say less meaning, because it's always dope to celebrate another year of life. So I don't want
Yeah.
anybody to come away with that. But it's just like the fanfare isn't as vibrant as it was when you were growing up in your formidable years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now, yeah, it's really on some like me personally. Like I love socks. I do love socks. It just became something of mine a few years ago. And yeah, if I get a pair of dope like print socks that I was not expecting for any occasion, anything like that, I'm gonna think that's one of the coolest gifts like ever. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. That's just how I operate. To your
Mm-hmm.
point, Candy, there can be the female who gives the socks because it's not a well thought out gift, and if it comes off as I didn't know what to get you, so I got you something that I know you can wear, and here you go. Hope you like it. You know
But
what I
that's
mean?
crazy
So
to
I,
me because you should know. I'm just saying, like, if we talk about specifically dating somebody,
mhm.
I'm a creative person, so maybe that's why it comes easy to me. I have a very creative mind. Like it even get to the point where if I really can't think of something, I'll make something. I'm gonna make it happen. So I feel like if you're dating somebody seriously, or maybe not even seriously, like within the first few months, you know something that this person like. Don't come to me with no white socks. It is
Candy,
something that
you
this
right. You
person
right
mentioned
though.
to you.
You right. You 100% right. When I first heard this, when we first talked about this topic, I was on the team. It's really difficult to buy a gift for me because I really don't, you know what I'm saying, get excited about much shit. But when you start talking, Candy, it triggered a memory in my head. Those are the best gifts. When you remember something from a conversation, like a conversation you had with
Mm-hmm.
somebody, even if you ain't thinking about, you know what I'm saying, like for example, I was in like a small type relationship with a chick before, and she was studying for her master's or whatever, and I brought up this book that I had read in college called The Simpsons and Philosophy. And we're talking about how the book was like, a real good book that I read. And we were talking about, I was laughing about how it helped me with a lot of classes and how I break shit down. And then you still got the book. I was like, nah, man, I lost that shit when I left college. And I was telling a whole story about how I was kind of like salty that I lost the book. You know what I mean? I said, I get another one day, but I ain't really thinking about it. That was like the only conversation we had about this shit. And then like, you know what I'm saying, after we like kind of like broke up, whatever, it was like a week before Christmas. So like when Christmas came around, like I didn't even call her nothing because I was on like my asshole stage. And like around February, she called me out of the blue and was like, "Yo, I'm just calling you because I got this gift for you at my house. I don't know if you want it or not. I mean, before I throw it away or whatever." I was like, "Oh yeah, my bad. I come by." So I went by to get the shit. It was that book, and it was the DVD, The Devil in a Blue Dress, because I was talking about that book before, talking about I need to get that movie. So just off of two conversations, those were her two Christmas gifts for me, and I felt like
It's
so
that
dick.
easy.
I felt so dick stupid. Like I felt so dumb. Like looking at these gifts like in my hand, like as she gave them to me, like in February, they were supposed to be Christmas gifts, but I was being an asshole. So it was
It's
like,
that easy.
yeah, just listen to a conversation. You got it right, yo. That's the best way to buy a gift for a dude, yo. Just listen to me like in conversation, and you know what I'm saying, yeah,
But
that's it. That's what's up.
I know for me though, again, and I'm getting out of it as I get older because I've had to kind of like correct a lot of stuff that kind of developed over time. But it's like for me, I don't really even like talking about myself like in that regard because I don't want to make it seem like I'm fishing. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So it's
but
like,
you're not talking about yourself. Let's just say, for instance, me and you start talking, and we talking about music, right? We just
Mm-hmm.
so happen to talk about
all
music. You
right,
telling me all these songs and rappers and singers and stuff that you like, and mention that oh, this person might have it on a vinyl or something, and I know that you might like vinyls, or I just know you might be collecting music. I just somehow know because of a conversation we had. It's
Right.
not you,
mm-hmm.
AP, specifically saying, "Oh, and then I want this Lupe CD, and then I did want this on this." It's not specifically you saying that. It's more so we're having a conversation, and I'm picking from that conversation stuff that you may like. Oh, you into Lupe? Oh, guess what? you use such and such, and I know they got Lupe on this such and such. I'm gonna buy that for him because I know that's what he like, and I know he'll use it. They got Lupe socks or something. Say you a big Lupe stand, and you want some. You like socks? Oh my God! I done found me some socks that got Lupe face on it. There we go. That's a gift right there. It's that easy. It's not specifically just sitting there saying, "Oh, and I want, and I want, and I want, and I love, and I love, and I love." No, you can just really, really be talking, just talking.
Yep.
And then my mind, that's just how my mind works. I don't know if that's for every chick, because that's how my mind works. It's just within a conversation. I'm literally, it's like I'm storing the stuff that you say. You like, oh, I remember that time he said, or I'll be scrolling through the internet and I see something, and I'm like, dang, such and such said he likes something like that. Let me buy that for him. Why not? I just want men to just be excited to receive gifts. I want men to be excited about their birthdays and be excited that they're going to get a gift. It's not always just another day, because you celebrate your girl to the highest extent if she's into that. Like she going on trips or and such and such, and then when your birthday come, all you get is some socks and some barbecue. No, that ain't what you like. Let's go on a trip for you too. Why not? Like, why do we gotta
tell y'all what we want sometimes, and y'all don't accept it? Like, my wife was like, "What do you want for your birthday?" Yo, let's go to let's see if we can go to that one spot and get the pizza and see if they got outside seating and maybe get some pizza. Don't you want to do it? I'm like, no, I just told you. Let's go to the one spot. See if they got
I'm with it. If you say that you want to do, let's do that then.
Let's do this. Let's do that. I got the whole day off. I'm like, yo, let's go to that one spot. That's it 15 minutes ago. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to do nothing, yo. I want to do nothing for my birthday. That's how it ended being, yo.
Well, no, I'm with it. Like, if I hear you say you want to do something, I'm gonna do just that. Because obviously, I mean, if you don't like it, it's your fault. Because this is what you said you wanted to do. But I'm also one of the people who want to go one step above. So you will remember that. You're going to remember on the 35th birthday that Candy bought you this. I don't give a damn what your mama bought. I don't care what your sister bought. Or hell, if it's your wife, I don't care. You're going to remember what I got you. That's on that.
Hey.
Any next part gift giving? I'm sorry.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Transition. I was getting ready to do that. I just wanted to end.
I don't know you sometimes, Joe.
Man, shut your face, man. I feel what Candy's saying, and I've been getting a lot better at it, and understanding that it's okay to be celebrated. It's okay to let people do nice things for you, and not feel like, like you fishing for gifts. You know what I'm saying? So kind of what I was talking to earlier, Candy, was like, that's how I used to feel. But now, if I'm just talking about something that genuinely brings me joy, and then next thing you know, I have, a gift card to that particular place or whatever, and I don't look at it as like, oh, well, damn, my fishing worked, that bait worked. You know what I'm saying? I just look at it like, damn, it was just, you said it perfectly earlier, Ken. It was just like when we were talking about the mic situation. You have it in your mind, so you put it in your cart or you put it on your save later list. Be like, I'm gonna get to this later. Now it's not a priority. And then bam, here they come. They done delivered it to you, and you just it catches you completely off guard. So now you feel, now you really feel like appreciated. You feel like they paid attention to you, and you do feel special in that moment. So I get it.
And you save money.
Yeah, and I'm really trying to continue to improve in that endeavor, because it's just like, where I used to be a few years ago, I was just like, nah, don't give me nothing. But I'm definitely coming around to it. So that like Duke was already alluded to, took my thunder, bastard.
Took mine earlier.
Since Candy's back, we have pod giveaway. Candy, what is this giveaway? You've been very secretive about it. So tell us everybody about it.
Well, here I am with a giveaway. This has been a really giving podcast, it seems like, and focus on the men, because men are just so interesting to me, and I don't really be getting replies from the women, but it is what it is. I have Afri sock. What is Afri socks? It's African socks. So it is bringing Africa's colorful prints to your sock drawer. It is designed in Ghana and made with love. So they have different types of styles. One looks like kente cloth, like that original. I mean, that that look with, how that looks. And then they got the one that looks like these little things that people be wearing all the time. I'll just post the pictures for so you can see what I'm talking about. They're really, really cute. They're for men and women because I see a woman wearing them. But I know AP likes socks. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. If y'all don't get it, AP is gonna enter for the drawing because I think he would like the shorts. But I know AP might not be the only person on a black web that likes cool, colorful looking socks. This guy got a bow tie that matches his socks. So they're really, really nice socks. They're very colorful and they'll make you want to walk around with some short pants on so the people can see your socks.
Well,
or just pull them up over your pants.
Who won the Kente cloth drawers? They can have the Kente cloth drawers and the Kente cloth.
They weren't Kente cloth drawers. He got the regular colors. But
we match it.
It's Afri Socks on Instagram, AFRISOCKS, and then their website is afrisocks.com. They're very, very they're cute. They're cute. I don't know about my man can probably wear. If he wear them right, then he could probably wear these socks. But they're very, very nice. And I know AP ain't the only one that likes different color socks. So guys, the code word is socks. Cause I ain't got nothing I ain't got nothing clever. So the code word in my inbox black socks. Either send it to me, AP, or do, and we will enter you into the drawing, and I will announce the winner 24 hours after this drops. And if nobody enters the drawing, it's going straight to AP. So I know y'all don't like AP. Y'all better try to get these socks.
Damn, that's cool. Well, thank you, Candy, for the giveaway. We did have one more item on the rundown, but I'm not gonna do it. I do want to ask you, Candy. Did you have a chance?
Oh, come on, man!
No, and I feel bad. I have not listened to none of those. I've been busy. Like I'm trying to throw stuff away in my house. I'm trying to study for the test. I'm sitting online all day in trainings. I just ain't got. Normally, what it is when I listen to the pods is when I'm riding my bike because I ride for an hour and they run for about an hour, so it kind of gets me through my bike ride because I just be listening and be smooth, calm riding. But it's been storming out here every day. I think we had a hurricane come this way or something like that. I don't know, so I haven't really had the chance to listen. But I did say I was going to listen tomorrow to both of them or three. Okay. Is it three of them? I listened to one. But I didn't listen to those.
Do and I did one. It was just like an impromptu thing, nothing official. And then
that's the one I listened to.
Yeah, me, him, and Shy did like two. But the last one we did, we're trying something different with like a wild card question. I thought it'd add a little more variety, a little spice to the pod. There was just like a random question that nobody on the pod could prep for, and you had to answer right on the spot. So I
we
wanted to have a little
for like
fun
10 minutes last time. It was hilarious, Candy. We roasted that nigga for like 10 minutes straight. This shit was hilarious, yeah.
These Negroes took my question and got all serious. So I started not even say what the question was, like my response rather. I started not even say what my response was, but then it was like, no, man, go ahead and say it. Then when I said it, I got ridiculed for like 10 minutes after that. So, yeah, I'm not doing a wild card question today, and we're gonna actually just rotate who gets to do the wild card question. So we'll flip a coin and put it in a randomizer or something like that, and let one of the members of the panel ask their surprise topic, their wild card question on air next time. Dubs.
Well, because I didn't listen. Just ask me so I can know what the question is.
Okay. Okay. Dubs,
ask me the question.
All right. I can't say nothing. Let me mute myself because I'm gonna start laughing. So I'm just gonna mute myself. But go ahead. Okay. This is gonna be real awkward because this is gonna be AP asking the question. There's gonna be an awkward silence of Candy realizing what the fuck he just asked it.
No. I don't want to laugh.
So he's trying to set me up.
I'm gonna mute. No set up. Dude's just silly. So the question was what is a topic that you can discuss now with your friends that you couldn't discuss or didn't feel comfortable discussing like when you were 20 or in your 20s? So I'm asking you that question. And then I'll tell you what my response was.
I don't know. I don't have what a topic I would discuss with my friends now that I wouldn't
like
probably oral sex.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so Dude and Shy, they were giving some of their childhood friends, people that they met along the way, their flowers and how much they appreciated them, and they
Mm.
really didn't. They took the question somewhere else. Like I guess they were looking at it as like if I had a chance to do it over, this is what I would have
Um,
done. You know what I'm saying? Well, when it got to me, I said ball care. So they were like, "What do you mean ball care? Like
uh,
testicles?" I was like, "Yeah, like." So like the thing is, in your 20s, you aren't as, I guess, sexually mature to have certain conversations with your friends that you could as an adult. So one thing, if you in tune with your woman, and your woman like to go down on you and stuff like that, you want to be thinking about, you don't want to coming up picking hair out of teeth. You know what I'm saying? So I was
take
just
care of them
saying like,
balls.
take care of the balls. That's all. Thank you, Candy. That's all I was saying. Duke and Shy acted. They were acting like a kid in like an R-rated movie that they snuck into or something. They was just, I don't know. They was just giggling and laughing and all that kind of stuff. It was a wild 10 minutes. So, but I took the roasting in stride and let
Candy,
them have their fun.
Candy.
Go
Y'all
ahead.
should have
Go
been
ahead.
roasted because
You cannot
y'all got to
ask
pay
your
attention to
friend.
the question.
You cannot ask your friends like, "Yo, is your ball smooth or not, yo?"
No,
No, no,
I don't.
no.
No,
But
you're
see,
not gonna ask them. You're gonna talk to them about taking care of your balls.
exactly. That's
You're not.
that's
You
Nah,
don't
exactly
have
what
to
the
be
nah.
question.
specific. I wouldn't like back in the 20s. Like y'all know, back in the 20s when we was young. Well, I don't know if y'all was doing something in the 20s, but when y'all was 20, but back in the day, y'all know that oral sex was not something that y'all was out here telling people y'all was doing.
Right.
But now that y'all in your 30s or however old you are, do 40? No, I'm just kidding. But now, yeah, it rolls off your tongue like it ain't that. Oh yeah, I does that and I do it every day. Like it ain't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what y'all got to pay attention to the questions. Y'all not
No,
smart like
no.
me.
We are, and you gotta hear it. Go back and listen to that
I'ma
one. And
listen.
listen how the conversation unfolded. AP is like trying to overly mature this shit, and it was like he was definitely wild in the way he was coming off on it. Yeah, he's making it seem like he
No.
was. No, AP was eye line. You gotta go back and listen to it, Candy. Listen to it. Listen to it.
I will.
Everybody
It's
listen
kind
to
of
this
early. I
one.
got time. I'll lay down and listen to it. But y'all need to learn
Everybody
to listen
else.
to the question too.
But no, I actually was. I was trying my best to feel AP point the best I could, yo. 'Cause I was like, I
No,
got where
you
he was
wasn't,
coming.
nigga.
I was. I was a little bit, not a whole lot of bit. I gave you a little bit. I was like, all right, I try a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I was like, it still was mad reckless though, yo. It was mad reckless to be like, yeah, son, shave these balls,
I
son. You
don't think you're
shave your
just gonna walk
balls,
up to
yo.
be like, "Hey, y'all use these clippers for y'all balls?" No, I ain't
Right,
think it's gonna be
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
You should have been there,
Exactly.
Candy. Oh my god, you better got some jokes in, yo. It was amazing.
man.
No,
When this
what?
part start paying money, then I will not miss a show. I got a
Oh
job to keep.
shit,
I
shit.
ain't
Look,
mad
I
at that.
feel you.
I
I
ain't mad
feel
at
you. I
that at
feel you. But
all.
you know what? You got to plant them seeds. Plant them seeds now, yo. So when the shit grow, all shit off top, yo. We get the first crop. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh, this is on air. I'm gonna say somebody was talking about sponsoring us, but a lot of people talk and a lot of things don't happen. So
So
that's that. So Dubs, I mean AP, send us out.
Dubs, you should have been playing the music by now.
No,
You
guys,
no.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Kenny. Since
No,
you
no,
back,
you
why
got
don't you
it.
take
Nope,
us out?
nope. You got
No,
it.
no, no, no. I insist. I
Well,
insist.
this
Since you're back, go
I'm
ahead.
take a
back,
little
guys.
burn.
I can't promise you I'll be on every episode, but I'm gonna try my hardest because work is starting and it's getting real. Especially with this COVID stuff, it's just it's like an overload.
Mm.
It's not like your normal school years, like last year and the year before that, and the years before that. It's a whole new ball game. So I'm kind of swamped, but I'm gonna try to make this. I mean, it is a priority, but work come first. I get paid for that. That's what's paying my bills, and this ain't. But that's all I got to say. I have no parting shots. Just I'm happy to be back and recording. That's
That's
it.
dope. Dude, what you got, man?
Um, I'm happy Candy back sounds so crisp, clear, and perfect on that great.
Yes,
She used the sex.
that was my sexy voice.
Oh,
I'm just
snap.
happy Candy back, yo. Hopefully we can get more great pods. I can't wait till all four Ninja Turtles get back, yo. We need other Ninja Turtle, yo. Which one is Shy's like he gotta be I don't know which one is he,
I'm the
yo.
purple one because
Donatello?
it's
No,
purple.
AP is definitely Donatello. That's
Oh,
easy. AP is easily
Oh,
Donatello, yo. I'm Mikey.
Well, let's just switch masks because I want to be purple. I want the purple mask.
But he's the nerdy one.
Okay, he can be nerdy, but with a different color mask. I want the purple mask. That's just what it is.
All right, so you're Raphael, and
With the purple mask.
Can Raphael with Jack him for his mask? Like, yo, so Shaz Leo? That's whack.
Nah, Shy's Master Splinter.
All right, I think it's time we close this out. Tony Dubs, because they're talking about turtles.
All right,
talking about turtles all night.
All right, we not here for that. So it's your boy AP, the lovely Candy, Do Soldier Shy. Keep your head up, brother. Thought some prayers to you. Be safe on your way back to your house. Dubs, you should have been playing the music. And remember your part and shit. Let's Tony put a dubs to it.
Go Brooklyn. Dubs.
No power.
Told y'all it's been a while. I just forgot I was supposed to yell your name. Sorry, Dubs.
Alright, we about to ride out to the smooth sounds of SilverfoxxETO. Check out his latest project, FTD, Fuck the Droids. I believe it's on Spotify. I know it's on YouTube Music. So he's working to get it on some other platforms. Y'all support Silverfox and in his vision and what he's trying to do, man. So go check him out, man. This has been another You, Me, Him, and Her pod. See y'all next time. Later.
Bye. He uses a lot of abbreviations.
Bye, Ken.
Bye.